Welcome back to building the RM250 on a budget. We are building the coolest dirt bike we possibly can on a super tight budget. But first and foremost, we've got to get the thing running. We think we might have the power valve temporarily fixed, but there definitely still seems to be something going on there. It wants to rev, but just won't clean itself out. So it could be the reeds affecting the airflow there a little bit. So we're going to quickly pull that apart this morning and see how that's looking, and fingers crossed that we can start to find a bit of a resolution here. But we're definitely trending in the right direction. The bike sounded the best it had in a long time when it was at his shop. So yeah, hopefully we can just get this thing cleaning out properly so we can actually ride it and not get smoked again. So here we go. Build laps begin in 3, 2, 1.
I work the graveyards of greyhounds 8 days a week. Now I'm a trademark, I've been these parked on my street.
Right, check it out. We've got the reed valves out. We got some decent cracks there. I'll hold it up. As you can see through there. And again, I don't know heaps about this stuff, but from what I understand, we're not meant to have holes like that. Big cracks up the side. And obviously heaps of carbon built up, which is, I guess, is almost a good thing for this situation. So like, okay, we do have an issue here. One thing that I do know is the reed valves are like there are brands like V-Force reeds and Boysen and a few brands like that that do like performance reeds. Being that we're on a budget, I'm gonna look it up and sort of see where we're at now. So I'm gonna jump online and see what 2001 RM250 reed valves are for sale. What we can find is that the 96, 97 RM250 have the same reed block as a 2003 to a 2008, but 2001 is a freaking independent model from what I see. So actually really struggled. I spoke to Oddie, I was like, hey dude, like what do I do? Do I just replace the pedals? Do I go the whole reed block? Like what would you do? The reed valve block. And he's like, I found you one. And he's like, I actually ordered it for you on Friday. So he was so confident from what he looked at with the power valve that it was a reed issue. So credit to him. He's actually gone and ordered one. I'm a little bit nervous because I don't know if we're breaking the bank here, but this is going to be a performance gain, which is great. I don't want to spend too much money on performance wise, but I do definitely want to get this thing rocking and rolling. So like, this is such a balance for me because I'm like, where do I put my budget? Where do I not? I think, yeah, if like I invest in the exhaust, get the power valve sorted, and then reed valve sorted as well, I think performance wise, you know, we might be down the track just doing piston rings and things like that, which aren't massive bank breakers. So if that's one thing that we have to spend a few $100s on, like from what I see, they're around $250 everywhere. If that's something we've got to do, then we've got to do it. You could, in this instance, replace the pedals. And one thing that I was told was actually check if they're holding water. So if they're holding water, then you can kind of see like whether they're going to be restricting the air like they're supposed to until they're revving. And it wasn't holding any water at all. So pretty interesting. And again, like this is just part of me learning throughout this journey and throughout this build. This bike's definitely going to test me and I'm definitely going to get educated on it. So yeah, this is sick. Definitely learning. It's going to be a slow old process, but I'm here for it and hope you guys are here for this journey too, because no doubt if you are doing a similar build like this on an older two-stroke, these are issues that you're going to come across. So yeah, like in the past, I've replaced reed valves, like old 125s, like put a set of V-Forces in there, more so for performance gains. But as far as just like checking wear and tear, I haven't. And yeah, it's kind of cool to learn. So hopefully you're learning something too. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys watching it who are very familiar with this stuff. So you might even be screaming at your TV or computer now, just being like, you're an idiot. But I'm here to learn, and hopefully you are too. So yeah, onward and upwards with this 2001 RM250 budget build, baby. Alright, so she's got a little clean up in there. Now let's get this back on, eh?
Yeah, I like this.
So this reed valve boot rubber intake has tabs on it, which fit into the old one. but even narrower. So apparently, there's been instructions. We've got to grind it from that to that. Again, just another little thing. We're going to grind these down.
Really just wanting more was very flawed with a placement. Money does have a law, but don't forget God when you get all the things you praying for. Major law and applause to you if you stay impure. They adore you 1 second, 1 minute you're at the door. Next day it's disarray cause you're saying things they abhor. The cycle never ends. I'm trying to break the trend though. How I lose friends who never saw the crescendo. Probably lose M's for what I say at the end zone. The one I depend on, really more than a trend, so I'm on some good soil.
That looks like some
Elijah with the
horsepower
good
right there,
oil.
baby.
Give him everything that I got and watch him move for you. I can never give him enough. My savior too loyal. Like Blue Jays with a food boil. I'm really different. At 17, spitting 16.
That is just sick there. You're not going to believe what just rocked up, baby. So we've got the V-Forces in with a little bit of modifications. It did say that on the instructions there was a good chance you're going to have to grind off some flanges, basically. So got them ground down, and as I was bolting up, the mailman dropped off a surprise. Check out this. Check out this, dude. Works pipe. Bill's Works Edition. Dude, are you kidding? How sick does that look? When you're comparing that with what we got right now, it's just like, how? How do you even compare? Oh, I've shown you guys before how jammed up it is and dented, like this thing's copped it. It's definitely affecting this bike massively. You can see it in there, look how much it's squashing it. Need to get this thing good clean, get the grass out of it, but that's where we're at. So, really, really exciting day. We're gonna have the V-Force hooked up. We're gonna have a new pipe on it. We've even got a Kickstarter from Temu, which I can't wait to show you. That's meant to be rocking up today as well. And that was kind of a last ditch effort, just about, all right, what's available out there. I did have a couple of people chime in on the YouTube comments from the initial video, and they said that you can actually use an RMZ, but with the original knuckle. So we might even look to do that down the track if we need to, but having said that, we will test out this Temu one first. We've got some parts rolling in. It's so funny. It's gonna be weird bolting on a new pipe onto like such a piece of crap. But I think, like I sort of explained from the get-go, it's all about getting this thing going good before we worry about getting it looking good. Yeah, let's see how we go. Let's try and get this thing running good. Let's try and get this thing running properly. Let's get, now that the power valve is bolted back together, yes, it's a little bit dodgy, but I will be looking to source some new power valve set up. Hopefully, yeah, with the exhaust and the reeds, it could be enough to like really fix this bike. That's what I'm sort of hoping for anyways. Here we go, baby. Here we go.
Skyrim a million hours, wanted to be in a world where I had power. It was a lonesome year. Dated a girl the whole year through. I only saw her when I was drunk and blue. It was a lonesome year.
These types of older builds, it's just like, it's like a stripped out but stainless steel. I don't know, all these bolts are like, just seems like they're super cheap and have been replaced, but like they've been ground down. It's pretty unusual. Like heads are just stripped of everything. This is just some of the fun stuff. If you didn't believe, she's been in a fire. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, once we get everything pulled off here, you get a real good indication. But we're getting there, baby. Whew. How badass is that pipe look, though? Bill, you've done it. You've done it, Bill.
So I went to school a bit. I had a bad attitude and I didn't learn shit. It was a lonesome year.
Pipe on, just need another bracket at the front there. Change a tiny bit. Front bracket needs to go on. Pipe is on, looks amazing. V-Forces in. Trying to test this bad boy out, see if she starts and runs and goes heaps better. Wish me luck. Oh, before we get started, check this out. Temu Kickstarter. I mean, it's kind of similar. I'll be able to work with this. Well, it's not perfect. It is hitting, but I reckon because there's movement down here, if if we bolt it up like that, there, and it stays there, we could be on. I actually don't mind it. I'll have to double check. I think this is like 30 bucks with a few mild fabrications. Oh, I could even take the end off and shorten it. Oh, I didn't just take the end off. I don't know. What is that? What just happened? No! What is going on? Oh, I want to start with it now. Nowhere else to go. The air filter is filthy, so I might change that out quickly because it is filthy as. So I might change the air filter, but I feel like my next step is to rebuild the carby, go back to standard everything. I think Oddie said he did that, but I just want to double check it because I think it should sound better, should idle better. So I don't know if it's a power valve, I don't really know. But yeah, onto the carby I reckon. We've got the exhaust sorted, which is sick. Then we've got the power valve sorted, the revalve sorted. Just about dotting our I's, crossing our T's. Played around with the air fuel mixtures and turn the idle right up, and that seemed to definitely help. So hard to say. It's so hard to say, I just know nothing about these things. So tomorrow I'm going to take this thing out for a ride. I think we're making progress and we're stepping in the right direction. It's tough because normally I feel like I'm pretty lucky as far as like nutting these things out, but this one seems to be a little bit tougher than usual. So, but yeah, the RM, the budget build RM is definitely testing me. We've obviously already spent a fair bit of money. We've got the V-force, we've got the pipe, but as far as like fundamentals down there, like that's ticking huge boxes, which is awesome. But for me, like I want this thing running awesome and to be super competitive, and until that's happening, I'm not going to be happy. So we're slowly but surely getting there. We will get there. It's just about dotting our I's, crossing our T's. And but yeah, it sounds sick. I'm really keen to hear how it sounds when she's actually loaded up and revving. So here we go, baby. Yeah.
Well, there's this one.
Heaps of movement in that. So I figured I'd pull this thing apart, clean it up, see if we can load it with grease or something to pack it in. Wish me luck. So I loaded that up with grease before I put the bearings on it on either side. And bent the spring out a touch. So I'm hoping with the spring bent out a bit, the spring on the inside just like opened up the flanges a little bit just with a screwdriver. And I'm hoping that might help sort of lock this thing in place a bit.